It's finally time to talk about the famous musical, now made into a film, Wicked. I brought my sister Justine to help me with this analysis video because she has a lot more knowledge about it than me.
And also a #1 Wicked fan.
Yes, thank you, Justine. But I'm sure that everybody thinks the same way. Need I remind you about the constant theater kids that sang in the movie theater while it was playing?
Yeah, I see your point. Anyway, since I clearly know more, would I be able to start us off?
Yes, of course.
For starters, Wicked came out in 2003.
Hey, that's the year I was born.
And as we all know, it was originally based on The Wizard of Oz, a book that became a movie. The story behind Wicked is that it was an untold story of a friendship between two young women who first meet as students at Shiz University, the blonde and very popular Galinda Upland, and an estranged green girl named Elphaba Throp. The musical is told from the perspective of both characters, before and after Dorothy's arrival in Oz. The story explores the complex friendship between Elphaba and Galinda. At first, they dislike each other, but they soon form an unlikely bond. It explains how Elphaba became the Wicked Witch and how Galinda became the Good Witch. All of this is told in the 1995 novel, written by Gregory Maguire. So it's crazy how it was adapted into a musical only 8 years later.
Wow, imagine publishing such a wicked piece of art.
Dude, you need to lay off the puns or stop watching the film so many times. I forced you to watch it once and you ended up watching it 3 more times with your friends.
I know. Moving on.
The book, lyrics, and score for the musical were developed through a series of readings. During development, Kristen Chenoweth, whom Schwartz had in mind while composing the music for the character, joined the project as Galinda. As for Elphaba, Idina Menzel was the first person to show initial interest in the role. Originally, Stephanie J. Block read the role as Elphaba during development and was Idina Menzel's standby during tryouts, but left before the show moved to Broadway.
Wow, what a loser. She totally missed her chance to become known.
Bro, you don't even know what happened. Anyway, I've seen the Broadway musical in New York City and I thought it was very impressive and well done. I would have to say my favorite part was at the end of the first act when Elphaba, the Wicked Witch, started to fly around during the song Defying Gravity. The effects were absolutely phenomenal. Going through each of the major songs, let's start with No One Mourns the Wicked. During that scene, all of Munchkinland rejoices in the death of Elphaba, along with Glinda, who burns a giant statue of the Wicked Witch to the ground. This scene is important because it really shows the humanity, and even somebody like Galinda, because she feels conflicted about a friend whom she once had. But it also shows that Galinda might be more complicated than just all good.
Wow, I never really thought of it like that. I can already see why this musical is so popular.
As a quick side note, the beginning takes place once Dorothy is back in Kansas. And then Galinda tells the story of how she and Elphaba used to be friends. Moving on to the song The Wizard and I. Elphaba sings about how she is excited to have a chance to meet the wizard, due to being enrolled by the principal of Shiz University, who takes notice of her magnificent yet dangerous powers. I literally loved that scene because it's so powerful and it shows how she's excited to know more about herself and what the Wizard of Oz can provide for her. What Is This Feeling is another important song when Elphaba and Galinda really show their hatred for each other. They end up being roommates when Galinda selfishly offers to help her out, quote unquote, kindness of her heart. She mostly wants to get close to the principal, which in turn gets her closer to Oz. Something Bad is a song that comes next, and although it's not a very lengthy song, it highlights how the animals are being treated throughout Oz. The song is sung by one of Shiz University's professors, who is a goat, and he sings to his fellow animal friends, all of which who are afraid to be silenced by society. Next comes the love interest.
Oh no, here we go.
Dancing Through Life is my favorite song in the entire show because it gives a powerful message that even though things get really hard sometimes, and even though you doubt yourself, it touches on the importance of simply enjoying life.
And don't forget to mention, this is the longest song in the whole show. It's almost 10 minutes long.
Well, yeah, that's because all of the extra dialogue. But I like it because halfway through the song, the scene transitions to a ballroom for the school dance. During the song Dancing Through Life, Galinda helps Elphaba's sister land a date to the school dance. The song finishes, and that's when the principal walks in and hands a training wand to Galinda, as requested by Elphaba for helping her sister. Galinda soon feels guilty about being so awful to Elphaba, who feels embarrassed after walking into the dance wearing an outfit that Galinda picked out for her. Obviously, the outfit was picked out to make Elphaba look like a complete joke.
And that's when one of my favorite scenes comes in. Elphaba starts dancing by herself until Galinda guiltily joins in to make her feel less alone.
Yes, and that's when their friendship officially begins. The next song is a very popular song, hence the name, Popular. I think we'll just skip that one.
Now hold on, what's your problem with it?
I mean, I like the song. It's just that this is when Galinda tries to make something of Elphaba, a type of person that she's not, which is clearly not popular. But then towards the end of the song, it gives a good message that she truly is beautiful, but only if she believes it. Not That Girl is a really pretty song, and it happens when Elphaba falls in love with the prince named Fiyero. However, she can't do anything about it because of her friend Galinda.
So basically it's a love triangle between Fiyero, Elphaba, and Galinda?
Exactly right.
But don't forget to mention, this all happens after the goat professor, whom you explained before, gets fired and forcibly pulled out of class by the police.
Oh, right. Then the new and improved human professor walks in and brings in a lion cub, locked in a cage, causing Elphaba to panic and use her sleeping powers, if you remember the poppies from The Wizard of Oz, to put the entire class to sleep except for Fiyero. Together they steal the cub and set it free in the nearby forest.
Wait, Fiero's the only one who's not put to sleep? Why's that?
That's a mystery to all of us, unless they are in love before the scene of setting the cub free. I guess it could also be that Fiyero feels a deep connection to the animals in the same way that Elphaba does. But they don't really clarify it. By the way, I'm gonna skip the song One Short Day because I wouldn't classify it as a major song, but that is when Elphaba and Galinda travel to Oz after receiving a letter from the wizard. The wizard only wishes to see Elphaba, but Elphaba wants Galinda to tag along. Going on to Sentimental Man, this song
is absolutely terrible. In the movie, Jeff Goldblum can't sing for shiz. See what I did there?
Okay, you're stupid. Anyway, this song introduces the wizard and how he wants to... Okay, I don't really understand the importance of this song.
Jeez, you let someone take the reins of your channel and this is all you get?
In the scene before the finale of Act 1, the principal of Shiz enters Oz's domain, explaining to Elphaba that she is the only one who is able to decipher a famous sorcery book. She reads a spell from the book, forcing Oz's monkey guards to grow wings, which causes them great agony. But that's when she figures out that Oz is a phony who is unable to wield magic. Now, it's finally time for the big song that everyone's been waiting for, Defying Gravity. Elphaba gets angry because she is disillusioned when she learns that the wizard isn't who she thought he was. Her dreams get crushed, but then she realizes what she really wants: justice and equality for the animals who were oppressed and imprisoned by Oz. Galinda also plays an important role during this final scene because her perspective is the opposite of Elphaba's, and how she wants to be accepted and loved by society. During the song, Elphaba wants Galinda to run away with her, but Galinda declines because she would rather stay in Oz and choose the easier path. The whole message of Defying Gravity highlights two different perspectives between two opposite characters, and how they are staying true to themselves. I don't necessarily think that either of them is in the wrong. Their decisions are based on their past experiences, morphing them into the traditional view of what we believe to be the Wicked Witch of the West and the Good Witch of the North.
I think it's time for me to say a few things about the movie itself. For starters, they advertised it extremely well. I would not only see ads and trailers for it all over the internet, but I would also see a variety of marketable products in stores, such as nail polish, makeup, costumes, games, collectibles, and so much more. Upon its release, there was also a small bit of controversy involved with the film. I mean, come on, you can't have a super popular franchise and not expect a little controversy. I already mentioned the numerous theater people and diehard fans who wouldn't stop singing along to the songs in the theater.
It's time to trust my instincts.
Hey ladies, remember, this is not a sing-along.
But it was Cynthia Erivo, the actress who played Elphaba in the movie, who actually encouraged it.
If you come the first time and you sing through, sing through. Come a second time and let us sing to you.
Yeah, and if someone throws popcorn at you or their phone or something, maybe stop.
There was a Screen Rant article titled, "Wicked, star Cynthia Erivo encourages fans to sing in movie theaters. It's time for everyone else to join in." It was written by Max Rusinski, who states, and I quote, "Cynthia Erivo claimed that people watching Wicked in movie theaters should sing along to the songs." End quote. Come on, is that really necessary, Cynthia? Well, there was some debate on this topic, and I'll quote this one too. Since the release of Wicked, fans have debated whether it is appropriate to sing along to the songs in a movie theater. While some argue that it is very rude and obnoxious to sing in a movie theater full of strangers, others argue that singing along to the songs is the best way to watch a musical. End quote. I personally think that it's inappropriate to be singing in a movie theater full of people, but I am curious to hear your thoughts in the comments below. One last bit of controversy that I'll mention is also regarding Cynthia Erivo. The movie's original poster was created to basically replicate the Broadway musical's version of the poster. It shows Galinda whispering something into Elphaba's ear, while Elphaba's famous pointy hat is slightly tilted to cast a looming shadow over her eyes. Only her cunning smile is visible. Cynthia Erivo made a post on Instagram stating, "This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting. None of this is funny, none of it is cute, it degrades me, it degrades us." End quote. She even added later on, "The original poster is an illustration. I am a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of a camera to you, the viewer, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is an homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me, and that is just deeply hurtful." End quote. Wow. That was definitely infuriating for her, especially because the poster was eventually fixed to show her eyes fully. I won't say anything more about it, but once again, let me know what your thoughts are about this controversy in the comments below. And if I've missed something, please let me know as well. Overall, I thought that the movie's cinematography was gorgeous. Okay, maybe there were a few scenes here and there that contained overexposed lighting, but other than that, it was very well made. Not to mention, the casting could not have been more perfect. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande have a great dynamic that really sold the show for me. Also, did you know that Peter Dinklage voiced the Goat Professor? I found that pretty interesting. And Jeff Goldblum as Oz is pretty hilarious, although his singing voice could use some work. But the fact that this film was only part one of the Wicked story really made me question what the film distributors were thinking. They never told us that this was part one until we actually watched the film. Well, for me, it was worth seeing anyway, and I highly encourage giving it a watch to see what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I would really like to thank my sister Justine for helping me out with this analysis video of Wicked. Justine, would you like to say a few words?
Thanks, guys. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Justine_Watte and my TikTok, Justine.Marie33. The links are in the description below. And remember, please leave a like and subscribe and make sure to turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss a future upload.
More quality videos like this one coming soon. Once again, I really appreciate you, and I'll see you next time.